Hey up YouTube, apologies for the sound, as I don't know if I mentioned my microphones are away for repair at the moment, so I'm just on the ambient microphone. But we're back down the plot today. We've got a couple of jobs to do. Finally, the weather seems to be giving us a bit of a break, long enough to be able to do a couple of things. So I'll see you in a second. We'll go through. Sorry, I'm just in the camera there. I'll see you in a second. We'll go through a couple of the jobs that I'm going to get done today. See you in a sec. So the first and foremost, one of the most important jobs I need to get done today, and with this recent warm spell, I actually said in one of the Facebook groups, I think it was allotment online, and my usual veggie grow how, come find us on Facebook, great little group. I actually said don't be fooled by this recent warm spell. You know, don't go planting stuff that's the wrong time of year. Let's give that a good rinse out. I think it smells like Jez fluid. Yeah. And the backlash I got on that was warm spell? What warm spell? Well, I don't know about you, but you saw in my previous video we had sort of 3 or 4 inches of snow out there. The snow finally stopped and we went to the stark opposite. We actually ended up with, I think at its peak, and it's quite warm today, we're reading 16 degrees today. It was about 18 degrees, and sort of in the greenhouse, the polytunnels, places like that, when the sun was shining, was getting up to sort of 50-60 degrees, which, you know, led me to say don't be fooled into it does it every year. It catches out a lot of the new growers every single year. The biggest job that I've not had chance to do yet is grease banding the fruit trees. I've got 2 types of grease band here. Some years I use both, some years I use one. Last year I just used this. This year, because it's not cold, wet and horrible, I'm going to try and get both on. And then the second line of defence, once what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out and I'm going to get this done now, straight away, as quick as possible, is a winter tree wash. Now this is an antifungal, it is a pesticide. It's, I believe, if I remember rightly, please don't quote me on this and things like that, but I believe it's largely, or is, completely formulated from natural oils. It is a blend of natural oils. And this removes a lot of the bug eggs, fungus. I think it even helps keep lichen under control, but lichen isn't necessarily a bad thing on your trees. So the first things first is we're going to crack on. I'm going to get and I've just got a very cheap Wilco's 8 litre pressure sprayer. I'd love a backpack sprayer, but at the moment outside of my price range. Like I said, this is 8 litre, or I believe that's fluid ounces, yeah, or 250 fluid ounces. So I'm going to follow the directions on the bottle. We're right at the end of when you should be doing this, really, but we just haven't had enough of a dry spell. But it's 50 ml per litre, and I will need all 8 litres because I will do my fruit trees and fruit bushes. The most important thing is do not put these on any fruit trees or bushes where the buds have started to open. Do not use this on anything where the buds have started to open. So I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get this filled up. So I'm going to start as I typically do by calibrating this really old sprayer and trying to get it to do a fine mist. Better paying special attention to the areas, but at this time of year it's quite easy to see once all the bark is wet, and that's all you're aiming for. So you're wetting all the bark. Doesn't want to be dripping per se, Sasha, away. Girl. Make sure you've done a full 360, because don't forget, if you do one side, it's not necessarily washed round to the other. That's it. Just a few seconds. So today is going to spell the return of the time lapse in quite a few instances. So we're just going to crack on. I'll try and make sure that everything's in frame for you. That's these guys with a treatment of winter wash on, which will help keep insects at bay. Stage 2 of helping keep your fruit trees insect free is the grease bands. Now I just need to wait for this winter wash to dry a little, and then we're going to put the grease bands on. There are a few points that I'm going to mention whilst applying a grease band, so please stay tuned. I would like to mention at this point, if you do find my content useful, helpful, enjoyable in any way, shape or form, please do press the like button, the thumbs up button. If you don't like it, by all means press the thumbs down button. But I tell you what, if you're going to press that thumbs down button, let me know in the description below why. I know a lot of people say I waffle a lot, but that's me. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. If you're new to the channel, please do press that subscribe button and press the bell icon next to it. What that does is it tells you every time I upload new content. I don't flood you with new content. I don't upload daily. I only upload when there's something meaningful. Sorry, Sasha's just throwing a stick around and hit the tripod. Yeah, I only upload when there's something meaningful to tell you. So you won't get flooded with notifications. So please do press that bell. I'm going to get on and I'm going to manure and refill some of these raised beds and perhaps do some weeding down the other side. Some hoeing. Let's get on, eh? This is the main bed I'm going to be working on today. It has sunk back an awful lot, in fact. This is one that I was trying to do. Why I invested in a microphone for you guys. I was trying to do the lasagna method, of the no dig. Some of these frames now are 3 years old and in desperate need of repair. Cheers, Sash. Come on off you. Now you can see the soil that's in there is quite soft. It's only about 1 inch thick. It's quite healthy, so we're going to give it a little bit of a rake over. We're going to look at some of these grass, because I think some of this is some couch grass going through, so that definitely wants to be pulled. This tuft in the middle definitely looks like couch grass. Yeah, white roots. Change that as far back as we can. Right back actually outside of the bed, so we're going to have to snap that off. So we're going to go through and we're going to tidy this bed up a little bit. Once again, that'll be the return of the time lapse. I didn't cardboard this for two reasons. Number one is I don't have enough cardboard left to cardboard this bed. And number two, quite frankly, I didn't feel this bed needed it. It's not that heavy with weeds. Yes, it's got couch grass in it. But as long as you keep on top of it, keep pulling it, get as much of the roots out, you know, trace the roots back as far as you can, it's not too much of a problem. So we'll get the net back onto this bed. But the trees have dried out, so I'm going to get the grease bands on. I think in the interest of speed, because it is raining or starting to spit a little, I'm just going to use the painted grease band. I may apply the paper one later in the season, but for now we're just going to put the painted one on, and we're going to have a look at that on the on one of the apple trees, probably the big one up the back there. So I'll take you up there and we'll have a look at that. So grease bands, this is going to be quite quick because there's not a great deal. If you want to know about it in a lot more detail, I did do quite an at-length video last season. I'll try and remember to put a link in it above. Now this is what I normally do with an easily breakable twine, is I'll tie on some of that paper grease band, and we'll call it quits at that. But this year, because of the circumstance and the fact that it is now starting to rain, what you need to do, sort of up here is where the plant's going to start with its greenery. Obviously down here it isn't, so you want to get your grease band somewhere in there. Now if you've got your tree supported with a strap, although this one quite frankly is not doing anything for the tree at all, do remember to bring your grease band above where the strap is, because of course all that a creepy crawly can do is go up the post, across the band, across the strap, sorry, and up onto the tree. This stuff, don't be sparing with it. You can be quite heavy-handed with it. It is cheap. It's a Vitax fruit tree grease. It's gloopy, it's horrible. I do recommend wearing gloves. And a strip about 2 inches thick all the way around the tree is more than sufficient. Make sure there's no gaps, no holes, because believe me, if there's a gap or a hole, the bugs will find it and you'll end up with codling moth, or, to be honest, offhand, I can't name many fruit tree villains. And there we go. Really is a 2-minute job that is worth doing. So I'm going to get on with the rest of the trees and I'll come back to you when it's done. Just wanted to pop into the polytunnel and show you. These are the exact cell trays I showed you in the last seed sowing video, that were frozen completely solid. And you can pretty much find, if you look close enough, in every tray signs of life. And when I say these were frozen, I mean they were frozen completely rock solid. They were compost cubes, ice cubes. So all of you out there in the internet land said, do not give up on them. You know, what have you got to lose? Leave them a little bit longer and see what happens. That is exactly what I've done. And there you go, guys, you were right. I listened to you. I went, yeah, I listened to you. And there we are. I didn't give up on them. They're still here and they've come to life. So as always, time is against me. I'm going to have to call that quits today. I'm going to have to call it a day. We've got a bed filled up, which I'm really happy about. We've got the fruit trees washed and grease banded, which I'm also really happy about. Didn't get to get out with the hoe. Just trying to see. No, I haven't got time anymore, I'm afraid. So I didn't get a chance to get out with the hoe and get out round the cabbages and round the onions today. Hopefully, I'm at work all week. Hopefully I'll get it done next weekend. We'll have to wait and see. But that's it from me today, guys. I do hope you're all staying safe. I do hope you're all enjoying your garden as best you can. I do hope you're all being careful in what you're sowing. If you're wanting to experiment, by all means experiment, but don't sow all the packet of seeds in one go. Sow half. Coming up on the channel in the next couple of weeks, we're going to have a look at those containers, and that'll probably be part of the what to sow in March. So the season finally starts to kick off in March, so it's going to be part of the what to sow in March. We're going to look at those cell trays, look at their construction, and talk a little bit about Container Wise's ethos, which is why I wanted to go with them, because I know there's a big push against buying plastic for the allotment, but I think Container Wise have found not a way around that. There's still plastic, but it's recycled. So anyway, we're going to call that a day. Please remember, if you like the content, to like, share and subscribe. Press the bell icon. It's all free, doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out immensely. So until next time, I'll see you later.